Good evening and welcome to the Catawba College Center for the Environment National Environmental Summit for High School Students. Amory, welcome to Salisbury, North Carolina.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
We are RMI and the Center for Environment are tonight starting the week-long summit with students from all over the country. And we're excited to have you because the theme for this year and every year has been redesigning our future. And I know, Amory, that you've been instrumental in helping think about a different future, particularly for energy, but really all resources, for many years. And I'm hoping that you will have some thoughts that will inspire and motivate the students this week. So I have some questions for you.
Okay.
So we're sitting in actually the Stand Back study in the RMI Innovation Center in Colorado. And I think students and others sometimes think about innovation as being a new idea, an invention, and I bet that's maybe not what you think of innovation.
You can innovate in a lot of ways, and many of them are not technical. Actually, in energy, the innovation in new business models, new finance, new ways to market things are just as important as the ones in technology and in design, which is how we put technology together. And all of these kinds of innovation play together. They're much more than the sum of parts. So it's not just about public policy, for example, new rules, new laws, but also new business strategies. Or not just about technology, but also about design. It's a design method. It's rearranging our metal furniture as designers. And very few people understand that design is that important. They don't think about it much.
I'm glad you said rearranging our metal furniture because that vision always sticks with me when we're trying to think about a new way of solving an old problem. And Amory, the other word that I think you use a lot, particularly about our own organization, is entrepreneurial, being entrepreneurial. Tell the students here tonight, what does that mean to you?
We're an independent nonprofit group, public charity, but we realize that business really has the ability to make things big, to get them all over the place so they have a big effect in the world. Some people are just born with this entrepreneurial instinct of figuring out where there's an unmet need, an unfilled market.
So I've just finished reading a book that I would love to just ask you a few questions or tips about. So this book is called Getting Beyond Better: How Social Entrepreneurship Works. In that book, they talk about what does it take for people to really create change. And you've talked about transformation versus incremental change for decades. There are 4 steps that they have listed. The first is just a small one, understanding the world. So as you think about that, what comes to mind about how you think and how you might encourage these students to think about the world?
Well, it's only a little planet, but you sure wouldn't have to, you want to have to paint it. There's a whole lot of the world, and it's very diverse. If you want to get people to think and act differently, you talk to their concerns in their language. You don't try to sort of inflict your truth on them, but you listen a lot and find out what they're interested in. That's a very good way to make social change, value change, aspiration change. Those are some of the biggest drivers of what happens in the world. Also, the world's very interconnected. You can never do just one thing. If you don't understand how things are connected in this complex, interconnected world, quite often the cause of problems is solutions. So what we try to do at Rocky Mountain Institute is make the cause of solutions be solutions by understanding those hidden connections and harnessing them so that we solve, or better still avoid, a problem in a way that solves or avoids a lot of other problems too, without making new ones.
So that's great, and you're talking about understanding the world in a whole system, which we think about a lot. So the second step is envisioning a new future. So when you started, you were very young when you began this work. What did you envision?
Well, I had the sort of temperament where I'd ask why not. In ancient times when I was in college, it was clear the world was headed for some really serious messes around population, resources, environment, economy, development, and security. I realized early that energy was kind of a master key for unlocking many of those problems and suggesting solutions to other parts. So I decided to work on energy. People had a certain idea of what the energy problem was. So how much energy would we need, of what kind, from what source, at what scale, to do each job in the cheapest way, because we don't actually want the energy, we want the hot showers and cold beer and mobility and comfort that energy gives us. So turning that problem around to get back to what are we really trying to do, what's the cheapest way to do it, opened up a whole new insight into how to solve our energy problems in the cheapest way, and by the way, while you're at it, solving many of the other problems in the world.
How do you come up with, create a model for change, and then how do you scale that?
First of all, I don't think you can depress people into action. I don't spend much time, if any, talking about problems. I like to talk about solutions. Money isn't the only way to influence people, and not the most important way. There are many aspects of personal values and faith that are much more important than that, and we mustn't get caught up in vanity. Nonetheless, we live in a market economy where the ability to make money off something that's better is a very good way to scale it.
Great. Amory, thank you so much. And I guess the last thing we need to do is just say to the students, have a great time, particularly on the Fred Standback Preserve behind us, this beautiful campus. What else, Amory?
You can do anything you want to do. Just go for it. Don't take no for an answer. And when you're studying, if you are studying learning so many different things that your advisor raises eyebrows and said, I don't understand how this part connects to that part, you're probably on the right track. We already have plenty of narrow specialists. What we need is a lot more people with a vision across boundaries. Be one of those. Thanks.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Amory.